cold frame is a magnificent tool to utilize in your garden, whether on the front side in early spring or on the back side in late fall. The concept of a cold frame is to control or mimic an environment to which the plants will germinate and grow accordingly. Now, this one is made out of reclaimed material, all except for the plastic on top. You want to have a box shape with a translucent or clear top. You could use a window on top of this. We happen to be using 4 mil plastic. It's warming the soil and the internal air temperature in order to get the seeds to germinate. We've got radishes, arugula, spinach, lettuce, cilantro in this container that we recently planted. Now this can be, you can spend a lot of money on a cold frame or virtually $0 on a cold frame. You can even make a cold frame out of cinder blocks with a window on top, or straw bales with a window on top, or a translucent material such as this 4 mil plastic. A couple of things you want to keep in mind about growing in a cold frame. You want to make sure that it is nested into the soil so no cold air can seep up underneath it. What you're wanting to do is at the coldest temperatures at night, you want this to still be like a miniature greenhouse, to where it is, the temperature is not cold enough in order to kill the plants, but it is still warm enough in order to keep the plants alive until the daylight comes to rewarm the internal air of the container, of the cold frame. Now, on warm days, this is not something you want to use to grow all summer long. This is simply something you want to get a jump start on in the spring, or prolong the life of your plants in the fall. If the ambient temperature outside is, let's say, 50 degrees Fahrenheit and 10 degrees Celsius, the internal temperatures of this cold frame could be much, much higher. It could be 80 degrees Fahrenheit inside and 27 degrees Celsius inside. What that simply means is, if you are not venting as we are currently with this cold frame, simply allowing a little of the air out, you can bake your plants. You can kill them off by not allowing that hot air to escape. If you, and what we recommend when growing in a cold frame is cool weather crops. Your broccoli, your cauliflower, your cabbage, spinach, radishes, lettuce, those cooler crops that can handle some cooler temperatures, but are not required to need warm temperatures such as tomatoes and peppers might need. Those can be grown and started in a greenhouse, but are not really recommended to put in a cold frame because you're way too early in the season for it. So constructing a cold frame can be done very easily, very effectively, but you just want to be aware of the ambient temperature outside, because it will be much more increased inside, because in a sense you are creating a microclimate or a greenhouse internally to get those plants to germinate and grow. And then once the ambient temperature is stagnant or steady outside, that the plants can survive by themselves, then you can remove the cold frame altogether.